guys, it's Zaylee Barkley of ZayleeBarkley.com, and this is part 2 of the thumbnail, video. So today we are talking about the perfect promotion, right? So when you make that thumbnail, how can you use that exact thumbnail and duplicate that look into other types of or other formats for promotion? So whether it's Instagram stories, Instagram, whatever you're looking to share and promote your video through, you want to create graphics that you can also promote that video with, right? And add it into your editorial calendar or your scheduler or whatever it is. You're guiding people back to this impactful bit of content that you created probably on YouTube or on Facebook video or however it goes. All right, so let's dive into the nitty-gritty of this video. We are going to dive into a screen share where I show you how I do all of my promotional content. This is the picture portion, and I had a quick outfit change, but it's just a jacket over what I had on before, so nothing too crazy. But what I really want to show you is now I'm using my smaller camera just to take a picture of my thumbnail, right? So this camera has exactly what is going on this camera, right? So this frame is going to look kind of like this, which is what you are seeing now. And I love taking pictures using my phone, right? So I connect my camera to my phone. I use Canon. I'm filming on a Canon right here, and this is Canon as well. And I'm able to see the frame and take that picture. And I think that is so helpful because then I get to see what I want and set like a 2-second timer and smile and freeze for that picture. So you're going to see a little bit about how I do that. If you want an in-depth video on this, definitely head down below. I have a full video of how I take my pictures using my phone and my Canon camera, and I don't want you to miss that. So in the next section, which I'm still in this outfit, but I'm taking a few frames for thumbnails, and you'll see just a quick, it's nothing crazy, but just a quick behind the scenes view of what it looked like getting the thumbnails. And that is really helpful because it's cool to see, like, I change faces. Now it's going to be funny, so don't laugh at me too much. You're gonna see me change faces. You're gonna see me look happy. You're gonna see me look sad. You're gonna see me just do a few different faces that I can pick out for my thumbnails later on. All right, let's head into that section. Thumbnails. Don't have a busy background. Like, if your background has too much going on inside of it, it's going to be difficult for Canva to easily remove that. You guys know I use Canva background removal, and you can head down below for a full video on that as well. I have so many resourceful videos that I will list in the description box, so make sure that you check out that description box. So yes, don't have your background being too busy because then it'll be hard for Canva to actually remove that background. So maybe try having a clear wall. For me, this works because I've used it before and it didn't get crazy. It actually got a good shot of it. The only thing is, if I was further back and closer to that wall, it would be a problem for Canva to remove that easily. So because this is a bit of a blurred background, because of the aperture that I set on my camera, it's not going to be a problem. But I just want you to be careful. You don't want to take pictures and then you can't remove that background, and then your workflow is all messed up. So I wanted to make sure and insert that little tip in this video. All right, guys, let's head into the next section. All right, guys, are you ready? This is the part of the video that you might have been waiting for. This is how I really create my promotional content inside of Canva. So if you're here, you already know that I really love Canva because I can use it with ease and I can repurpose things easily as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is, we already spoke about your photos and taking photos specifically for a video. And so you can see that I've done that. So I take different photos that I can use in different videos. and you're in a part of the video that you already understand a lot about picture taking and your backgrounds and things like that, because that is really important. So I have a video on how to remove the background of your picture in Canva, and I will link that down in the description box so you can head to that video after you watch this one. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is have an idea of where you would like to promote, right? So I have my thumbnail here, but I already know that I want to have Instagram video content. I want to have content that I can add to other platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram stories, IGTV, whatever it might be. I want to make sure that I have that written down, right? So you need to know how many types of content you need to recreate and how you can repurpose those to send people back to your video. You have to know those things because you need to know your brand, what your templates are going to look like, and you also have to know your measurements for those specific platforms. I personally like creating the Instagram size template because I can reuse that on Facebook. I can add it to my stories later on as a copy and paste photo. Let me know if you want a video on how I jazz up my Instagram stories, and I will make a video on that because people ask me that all the time. So you want to know your brand, right? Your colors. We spoke about brand colors previously, and you want to know about your measurements as well. So what I have done is I created a folder in Canva that actually has, and let me just refresh this. It actually has everything that I need. So I know that I need to create for all of these platforms. And so I have my Pinterest template in here. Right? You can see that over here. I have my Instagram template where I have a full video frame that I add to my feed. And I have, my templates for video and text, and I go in and we'll talk about that a little more. And I also have my thumbnail folder, right? So remember that if I'm creating something for a specific video, I can go in and, pull all of these things out and have cohesive content with different sizing for each platform. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. So in this full folder, it keeps me organized because I know every time I need to create for something, I know exactly what I am going to create. Now, I will be sending out a guide to my list based on this. If you want that guide, head down in the description box and I will be sure to send that guide for you as soon as I release it, but you have to get on that list. So make sure you head down below. My list gets awesome content from me all of the time. So you want to make sure that you are on that list and you'll be getting that guide. It's going to be a checklist. It's going to be a good combination of a few things or even an expansion of what we talk about today. So one thing I want to mention is while you're creating your content or your video content, you want to have an idea of text that you can pull out from, your video. You also want to have an idea of pictures or a few pictures. Remember, we spoke about that, taking a few pictures and not just one picture from your content so that you can use it across the board. Now, listen, I have not shared this before, but Canva actually has amazing video capabilities. I'm not sure if everyone has this or if it's in beta. So I'm going to head over here to this Instagram full frame video that I have where I just have a template where I go in and I actually create different parts of my video. Right? So if you want to see a full video on how you can actually upload videos into Canva for your promotional schedule, you let me know. But you're able to easily, I'll just do a quick review here. You can upload a video, right? And then you're able to trim it so that you can share, you can crop it, you can trim it and all of that jazz. And you can see that I have a few things here. Every time I upload a video, I add it over here. And this is how I am able to create these templates. So I create these templates for my brand, but I want to be sure to promote something. And so I'm able to do that as well. So I have templates that I've created, and let me just bring that up so you can see what that looks like. If you're on Instagram, you have already seen these, and they always have a little clip of my video that I can share on Instagram. So these are different size templates that I can use to make my feed interesting on Instagram, but they always have a little cutout of, that's a funny look, of my videos so that you can see what they entail. Now, remember, even if you upload a video today, that video is still valuable next year. And you want to have these things inside of your content scheduler being repurposed over and over again. Keep that in mind. Just because you created a video last year doesn't mean it's not useful for somebody starting their journey this year. So you want to keep those things in mind, right? So the next thing that I want to share is that you're also able to pull out text. And so that's why I have questions, tips, and tricks, because these are all related to whatever video that I have posted. So you're able to go in and share about, something that is related to that video that is going to get that person curious and interested in clicking on the link in the bio. If it's on Instagram, or the link below, if it's on Facebook. I always love pulling out lines out of my videos that are impactful and creating content around them. You want to make sure that you're thinking about this, because if you create one video, you can do so much with it. You can repurpose so much, you can create so much, but it's not about us churning out content all the time. It's really about making impactful content that we can repurpose consistently. So I want you to keep that in mind, because that's really important as well. The thing about video content is that you can repurpose it so much. If you make a 7-minute video, you have so much words in there, or so many phrases or lines in there that you can pull out and share with your people over and over again. Remember, you're helping someone get somewhere if you have a really good video strategy. If it's, to get them interested in your products or services. And I spoke about this on my email list last week. But remember, if you're creating intentionally, you have so many things. You can cut out short clips. You can definitely have that video even transcribed. That is powerful too, and pull that into a full-on blog post, ebook, so many things. And you guys know I'm an advocate for online courses. So if you're creating content to guide your people to your course, oh my gosh, you have so many things that you can add into your sales pages, into your sales copy, and all of that jazz from that free content that you are creating. So don't sleep on repurposing your video content. Don't sleep on pulling out lines from your video content so that you're able to create, amazing experiences for your customers or your consumers. Now, the next thing that I want to remind you of is adding your videos to Pinterest. So adding your videos to platforms where, they can keep pulling your information, so they can keep finding you in search and all of that jazz. Think about these things. So this is why I have a dedicated folder, so that whenever I create a video, I know what my exact process is, right? So you want to think about these things. Think about creating different types of text and content that you're able to guide your people back through. All right. So we already covered in part 1 of this series your text for your thumbnails, what they should look like. We spoke about branding. We spoke about those photos, and you're able to come into Canva. And if you have a brand font that you consistently use, you can keep recreating with that content, right? We spoke about how to remove your background in another video. I'm just recapping a few things that you need to pay attention to. And we also spoke about that emotion that you want your people to have when it comes to your thumbnails. So I really wanted to share my promotional process with you guys inside of Canva, because I felt like it was really, really helpful. If you do want a video on video content inside of Canva, let me know, because there's so much more you can do. You can actually trim and edit things out and remove your sound and add sound and things like that. But I felt like it was so helpful for you guys to see the back end of what it truly looks like, how I organize things. I have a full folder here, and how I get ideas of what to share in my social media, right? Really helpful. I feel like if I had an inside view of this for somebody else or from somebody else, I would have been really happy. So I wanted to make sure to share that. And yes, if you have any questions, definitely leave them down below. If you felt like this was helpful, definitely leave that down below as well. And we will be talking in our next video about thumbnails that I really love. And I would love for you to tell me down below whose thumbnails you always click on, because they are so
good.
All right, guys, let me know if you enjoyed this video. I don't have a question, in this video today. Maybe I want to know, like, how have you been promoting your content when it comes to social media? Have you been promoting the same thing across all platforms? Have you been emailing your email list? What is the way that you promote your bit of content when you create it? I want to know. Let me know down in the comments, and make sure that if you're in part 2 of this video, you head back over to part 1 to see if you get any good tips about a thumbnail. All right, guys, I will see you soon.